let's go to Harry from Los Angeles. What do we not know about Skip that you want the world to know? That's a deep, that's a Lil Wayne question, actually. Fire away.
Okay. So the entire 17 years that I know you, or 16 years that I know you, going on 17, the one thing that surprised me about you was that beyond the sports, you have a good sense of humor. You
Thank
do. You have a different sense of humor than me, but you have a good dry sense of humor. And also the fact that you have a very big heart and you have a very, I grew up in a house that was very loving. My mother was the best person that walked this planet, the most loving, caring person. My father, being Italian, was a little bit more reserved, but he was a great provider and cared about his family more than anything.
By the way, I loved your mother, Evelyn, and you are Evelyn. Go ahead.
And my sister has the same type of love that I have, and she's my best friend. And you grew up in a house that was dysfunctional. Like, you had two dysfunctional parents, and when I met you, you were kind of a mess because you couldn't even, you don't even want to hold somebody's hand. So you were very different than me.
Because no one ever told me they loved me, and romance for me was more just about sex than about romance.
Right.
So I didn't know, you taught me romance.
Right. And so I grew up in a house that when you love somebody, you tell somebody you love them, you take them around and you give them a hug and you kiss them. And so the thing about you was that you grew to become sort of normal, of what the normal is to me, of just showing affection and heart. And you treated my mother like nobody could ever treat my mother, and my sister. You were always there for my sister. And so you have a tremendous heart. And that's what I think is the best. And plus, you love movies, and we just could go to movies endlessly. Before COVID, when we lived in the city, we would go to matinees Saturday and Sunday. We could do 3-4 movies in a weekend, and just have fun and just do nothing and just eat, popcorn in the movie theater and have a good time. And so you're fun to be with. What people don't see you to be, because they only see a side of you on sports or on your show, and they think that you're just kind of a crotch all the time. So you're not a crotch all the time.
Okay. Would you say I'm more like the guy you know or the guy on television?
The guy that I see on TV, there's a part of that comes home, but then you get stripped of that by me because I don't want to be with that person that's on TV. Sometimes you sometimes you cross that line and you still remain as that person, and I don't really like that person because I don't want to debate, and I don't want to have to feel that, I'm always on the hot seat. And so when you become that real person, that's like the real person I know. The person on TV is very real because that's another side of you, but the other side is what I think people would be surprised to see, that you are very different in real life.
I appreciate that.
It's
so
true.
What you've taught me to a point is, I grew up in a household in which if you fought, you really fought. It was death, as in, okay, I'll never talk to you again if it got to that point.
Right.
And you grew up in a household that is completely the opposite. You want to fight, and you will fight just the way I'm a natural born fighter.
Right.
So we fight.
Right.
And then, I don't know, 5 minutes later, you come in and extend your hand like shake. And you force me to shake, and I don't want to shake because I don't want to talk to you.
But that's abnormal, the way you grew up, and I'm not a therapist or a psychiatrist, but when I lived in my parents' house, or I lived on my own, and my sister and my mother, we would have a big fight on the phone. What do you mean? Oh, shut up. Don't worry about it. Oh, drop dead. Yeah, you too. Hang the phone up.
You still fight
Then
with
2
Joyce
minutes
on the
later,
phone.
we'd call each other up. Hey, put on QVC. Did you see what they're showing? Ma, you want me to buy you that? Like, it was just a total, you just move on. You can't hold the grudge. I fight with my sister all the time, but we're still best friends, and I'll call her, I'll say, Joyce, we fought, but we're not going to stay like this forever. So you know that
like you're going to
we're going to hate. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. But then I know that it's not going to be forever. Like tomorrow, I'm going to talk to her. So what's the point in holding the grudge? You're going to have to just get over it. Sometimes it's harder than others, but you move on.
And yet, finally, my salvation in life has been our Friday night date night.
Right.
And if I can give myself any credit at all in this relationship, I am obsessed with my games, with my job.
Right.
It's not, I don't even like to call it my job. It's just my life and my
Right.
passion, because I jump out of bed every morning at 2 a.m. because I live for this
Right.
and I love it to a
get it.
fault. But every once in a while, I need an escape. And yet I don't escape. I do play golf a couple times here and there a week, but you know that I don't play poker with the guys. I don't have a guys' night out. I never do any of that kind of behavior. And when it's time to stop, you get every second that I have.
Right. But you say that to me, but I say the same thing back to you. I too can go out. I have friends and I can do things, but I took those time, like when you have 10 minutes,
You do.
I spend it with you.
You do.
So that's the whole, not to hawk my book again, but that's the reason I wrote the book. It was about compromise. It's about whether or not you live with somebody who's in sports, or you work with somebody, or you live with somebody who's in computers, or whatever they do. If you don't compromise in a relationship two ways, you don't have a relationship. I give on all the time. I sit and I watch games with you.
You do?
I do. I mean, seriously. On a Friday night now with the NBA, and I like it. I like basketball. I really do. But it's like from 6 o'clock until 11, and then the next day it's like, what time are these games? I do that. Somebody else maybe wouldn't do it. But if I don't do that, then I don't see you. And so
Okay,
it's a
you
compromise.
have come around to love pro basketball, not college
Yeah.
basketball, because you think
No,
it's
and
amateur.
Mickey Mouse. Yeah.
Okay, but NBA.
Yeah, I
You're
love
pretty
it.
into the NBA, and you will sit with me and watch.
I
LeBron
watch it on
games
my
with me.
own. I like it only because I could see the guys' faces and I get to know the guys and I know who they are, and I have crushes on certain ones because I need something to get me through watching 4 hours. So I have to like
Doesn't
a guy.
bother me a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I used to love JJ Redick. I love all those guys.
Okay, and
but
you still like baseball for
I
somewhat
like baseball.
the same
Yeah,
reasons.
especially I like the Yankees and the Mets only because I'm a New Yorker. But I like them
But you
because I
can
could see them.
Yes.
Football, I can't connect with at all. I don't understand. They're bringing in the yellow line. They're bringing the 40-yard line. What should they do? Punt, kick? I don't even get it. And they all look the same.
I still, you're very smart.
Yeah.
And it's like we're all made up of little intelligences in
Right.
our head, because you have high intelligence
Right.
all around your brain.
Right.
But when it comes to football, I can't even make you understand. You get 3 downs to make
Right.
a first down,
Ugh.
go 10 yards. And if you don't, then you have to choose, do I go for it or do I punt?
Yeah,
right?
but it's not as easy as that. Then there's other things that come into play. It's just, to me, I can't take it. But by the way, from our book, it's going to be a movie of the week at some point,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I told you they're making it a movie of the week
Right.
on GAC, which
Okay,
is
is that happening?
it's going to be happening. It is
Okay.
going to be happening.
Well, who's
So
going to play you?
I don't
How
know.
about Sarah Jessica Parker?
Now, that would have been maybe 20 years
Maybe
ago.
20
I
years
think
ago.
20 years ago, maybe. I don't know, but we're fingers crossed, but that's what the word is right now. So they
So
love
maybe
the
some Friday night we'll end up watching the Skip and Ernestine
balls.
Balls,
Balls.
as we lie on the couch, sit
Right.
back on the couch.
And
in
you'll
our
be
living
switching between
And I'll be
basketball
watching
but no. So anyway,
basketball.
that's a side note. So hopefully everybody's got to cross their fingers that
Okay.
right now it's illegal, but
room. Okay. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that. That's
Thank
all
you.
you.
thank you.
And in the end, I would like to say that the greatest thing I can say about our relationship
Uh-huh.
is not 1 second in 17 years have I ever been bored with you. And I do believe a lot of relationships get so stale that it's like couples we know want to go out and have couples
Right.
nights so that the guys can talk and the women can talk.
Yeah.
And we don't really like to go out with couples
No.
because when we have time, we just want to be together.
Yeah.
And we want to watch the movies or series that we
We
watch.
do.
I might be flipping over to a game occasionally.
Right. Well, what you usually do is you have your laptop and then
I-
you
I
go,
can
I just
watch.
got to, I have to monitor
Monitor.
this. And then I say to you, then there's something happening on the movie screen, or I'm like, you're missing what the guy just killed the main character.
He just did.
Oh, okay. I'm
But then
watching it.
Some games that aren't that important, I monitor with one eye, and then all of a
No,
sudden I say, hold on.
Then I hate to do this to you, but I
Okay,
have
but
to
there-
switch
there are
back. In the
24
middle of the
seconds left.
cliffhanger, you got to
Okay.
switch back to see
because
2
there-
seconds left of the game.
There are 2 seconds
Right.
left, and somebody might make a last-second shot,
Right.
and then I'll be able to witness it.
Right.
And
No, I
tweet
get
about
it. I
right?
get it. No, I'm used to this by now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I still think we have a pretty good relationship.
We have a good relationship.
Right?
We have fun. Yes, we do.
We have a lot of fun.
I think we have a lot of fun.
Okay, that leads.
It's not
me-
always roses, but nothing
no,
is.
It's not always roses.
I hope you enjoyed that video. You ready for more? Make sure you click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from the Skip Bayless Show. And don't forget to check out the full episode of the show wherever you get your podcasts by clicking the link in the description.